Maiken, hvad har du... You're very welcome. Yeah. Let's see, so up front. Okay. So. Yeah, but you'll have that experience as you sit up front. And you'll be working together with people?
Actually, not that big that experience, but I always have very good eyes, so I could chat with someone in front. Okay.
Ja, det er kamera. Er det også? Ja, hej.
Neden büyük nerede? Bu peki.
Very international crowd. Hi, Peter, Asbjørn. Can you sit up? Why? Because it's an interactive workshop. Yeah. Velkommen. Asbjørn. Would you mind sitting up? Just as far as possible. When you're out of the comfort zone, you sit down.
Thank you, sir.
I want you all out of your comfort zone.
Jeg skal lige ned og fange ham i boss, som også er med. Så tror jeg, vi kører.
You want to play with the car?
Hvad siger du til, at jeg lige slår på det der løs ben der?
Jo.
Eller hvad? Nej, vil du prøve på det lidt?
Jo. Jeg er jo ligeglad.
Ja, så der er du prøve på det lidt. Det er fint. Nå. Goddag, goddag. Velkommen til. So I have to switch screens. Welcome for this workshop. And today we have the A team. We have Asbjørn, or we have Asger. Yeah, very Nordic names. They're going to teach us how to be public speaker in a better way. And they have brought even their photographer. Okay? Yeah. Asger, he is the founder of talerne. This www. Talerne is all everywhere, which is also a place you can check out on the internet. And also Asger is working with talerne. He's also the founder?
Yes. We have together.
Okay, you are buddies. That's good. Now I have to do a lot of things once again. Okay, so let's do Asger first because he's an engineer, PhD. He's also working as this workshop holder. Yeah. In public speaking, like now. It's a coach. He's a coach. And now the difficult word, Asger, he has been teaching MPs, member of the parliament, he's been teaching a minister, he has these workshops for the United Nations, and he is also teaching scientific pitch at the Copenhagen University. Is it good?
Well, we do most of the things together. We do it.
Asger, today he will talk about the fear of being here, so that will be all gone with him. And Asger will talk about the confidence and the speaking house and many other things. And they will just do this for 1 hour and then we'll have a break where we'll have some food you can buy and then we'll start again. And yeah, it's up to you how you split and divide the time.
It's 2 hours, right?
Until 7 o'clock. You have until 7 o'clock. So let's just welcome them. Give them a hand.
I have a dream. dream. I have a dream that one day, on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and sons of former slave owners will join together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day my 4 little kids will not be condemned by the color of the skin, but just by the content of the character. So I say to them tonight, we don't have a white America and a black America. We have a United States of America. And I say to them tonight, we don't have a Latino America, Italian America, and a Chinese America. We have a United States of America. And I ask them tonight, can we unite? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I do not care if it's a political speech, if it's a wedding speech, if it's a scientific presentation, if it's a church sermon. You all use the same 5 tools to get hurt. So people listen to you, to be listened to. And that's what I have for you. The Speaking House. Welcome to the Speaking House. And welcome to a very grateful scientific discipline, public speaking. Grateful because you can very easily become a great public speaker, and you can very easily become a great public speaker, and you can very easily, and you can very easily, and you can very easily become a great public speaker. This is not rocket science, no. This is fundamental learning. It's practice, and then it's memorization. I have for you the 5 fundamental public speaking tools, but first, it is indeed a workshop, and it is indeed a highly interactive workshop, and you cannot learn public speaking without doing public speaking. So you have to come up here in groups. We have exercises for you, but don't worry, because the stage, this place here, the learning zone, is sacred. We will hold, support, lift you up, hug you, and show you all the love when you are up here. Because this place, the learning zone, is sacred. Here you cannot do any mistakes. I want to start with opening up those windows right over there that they just closed and throw out perfectionism. That's the first and foremost ones we have. Because why? Because a perfect speech is a boring speech. What do people want? They want authenticity. They want presence. And they want you to be yourself when you present, when you do public speaking. So let's throw out that concept of perfectionism. Forget about it. Are you ready for that one? Yeah. Good. The next thing we have to throw out is a daily thing. And I want to, when I do this, I expect you to, if you know the answer, I expect you to raise your hand. Because what I teach, I do. When you're a public speaker, there's a law, there's a rule that we took over on our homepage. Your first and foremost job as a public speaker is not perfection, it is connection. Connect with your audience, okay? So what we have to throw out to is the law of Gentil. It's only in Denmark we have that. The law of Gentil. How many knows the law of Gentil?
Jantelov.
Jantelov. Can anybody explain Jantelov?
Everybody is equal, everybody is the same. We sort of don't think that the other person can do better. It's like everybody should be kind of, not
Yes.
one, but to kind of stay
And oppresses people. It's a terrible law. It's a terrible part of our culture, and I don't know why we adapt to this, but we do. And you cannot stand on this stage with the law of jantelong. Because being a good public speaker, you have to fill out the stage. You have to be proud to stand here. You have to own the stage. And when you relax, the audience will relax. How do we show that? With your body. You do not cover up your vital organs. You show like this. Many people stand and talk like this, or like this, or with a piece of paper. And that symbolizes, that shows the symbol, the signal that you are nervous. So this is the Indian peace sign, I come with peace. Your palm, show them. That means that this is for our reptile brain. Very quickly, you will observe that I'm not nervous. I'm comfortable. And when I'm comfortable, you become comfortable. I love that word. Comfortable. Comfortable. Yes. So that's the learning zone. We have cleared the learning zone. Welcome to the speaking house. What I do right now is my only invention. It's an association technique. Simple drawing of a house. So you can remember the 5 fundamental tools. Everything I say and do is Aristotle, it's Cicero, and it's not. I wish it was my tools, but it's not. What was your Leo? Leo? Yes! Okay, Leo, you are working at Novo Nordisk and you are a research scientist. Yes, and I'm your boss. Yes, I love to be boss. So Leo has just turned in the most wonderful research project. Thank you, Leo. Come to you now. And I ask you to present in 20 minutes, in a month, at the cantina for the whole Novo. Is that Novo Nordisk? Novo. For the whole cantina, this wonderful research project. You have a month. Now, Leo already knows that I liked his project, that it went well. He has to shorten his project down to 20 minutes. He has to present in here at Novo and at the cantina in a month. What does Leo do? What's the first thing he does? Research. Very good. What's next?
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm. What's next? What? Survey. Yes. Research survey. What more?
Abstraction and formation.
Yes, and writing. Yes, and practice. Oh God, that's good. Practice. Okay. We will build the foundation of the speaking house. You do not want to build your house on sandy ground. You want to build your speaking house on a solid foundation, on a rock that it's gonna stay on. Yes, you know that song. That's a Christian song. I love it. Yes. So, the foundation of every good talk is if you can. And Leo has the time, he has the month. So we will memorize it. Every word I say today, I have memorized. I know by the split. Have you seen the stand-up comedian on YouTube? What's his name that puts together when he does in Berlin and DC and New York, and he puts together all the shows, and it's in a split second the same he says. What's that dude's name? Have you seen it on YouTube? He has also memorized his talk, his stand-up. What happens when you have memorized your stand-up? What happens with you as a speaker? What happens? Here, confidence. When I have memorized my talk, I can do the wonderful pauses in sound. I'm not in a hurry. I know I'm going to make it by the second. So I do the pauses of sound. And I'll also do the vibration in my voice. Talk loud, talk low, talk slow. You noticed that I started with almost screaming. And you were thinking, oh my God, is this going to be the and he just is a high pitch, and I do that on purpose. Okay, I can do that because I have memorized it. Let's build the house now. How did I start? How did I start my talk? Real loud, yes, what more? How did I start it? Huh? Intense, what more? How did I start it?
Look at people.
I have a dream. How did I start it?
I have a dream.
A quotation. Hook the audience. It's called hook. Start with hooking, or you want to hook the audience. Not my name is blah blah, she's just been saying blah 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 blah. No, I've been introduced, I'm ready. So the door of the house is the hook. Start with something exciting. I could also have started with, how many here have tried to be sitting at a lecture, at a teaching, and within the first 10 seconds been thinking, oh my God, this is going to be boring. How many here? How many here have tried the opposite and normally dead sick boring biochemistry class, and in comes a new teacher? And whoa, within 10 seconds, it's very exciting. How many have tried that? What do they do? What don't they do when they're boring? And what do they do when they are exciting? Okay? So you can start, the hook is the door. What is the door? The hook. What does the hook symbolizes?
Catching the attention of the audience.
Yes, very good, Faith. Very good. So you can start with a question, or a personal story, or a quotation. I teach scientists presenting the science at the University of Copenhagen, and I always start a lot of diabetic science. I always start with, how many here has a relative that is diabetic? Come, let's raise your hand. How many? 1, 2, 3, yes? I do research in diabetes because my mom is diabetic, my granddad was, and I am. That's why I'm standing here presenting my research in diabetes. A short personal story that connects. Now I'm personal with you. You are the audience at this big diabetic conference. Oh, he has it himself. Oh, his mom has it. He's personal involved. Short, tiny, tiny personal question. That could also be the hook. That could also be the start. Okay? So a personal story. P.S. A personal story, a hook, or a quotation. I have a dream. No? Good. The windows. The windows of the house. Can anybody guess what that should symbolize?
See, like
The windows of the house symbolizes the eyes. 4 major ways to connect. One of the connection is, I just been through, then it's the pauses, and then it is the eye contact. Obama. I always use Obama when I do my long workshops. We do not want to interfere war with the Syrian people. We want to interfere war with President Assad. We have living proof that he is poisoning his own population. 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Obama is excellent in everything he does. That's eye contact. And then you want to look 1 sentence length, 1 sentence length, 1 sentence length at each person. Then that person is going to feel like that you are talking right to them. Whoa, he was talking right to me. Whoa. And here over 1 sentence length. And you, that's showing respect for the audience. 1 sentence length. And you, 1 sentence length. And now we have to stand up because I can see you have had a long day. Now we'll start the body-mind connection. Everybody stand up. Now it's going to get weird because it's all about throwing you out of your comfort zone. Everybody stands up, no matter what they do. Body-mind connection. We're talking about the stress hormone cortisol and adrenaline. When you are on stage, it explodes. That's one of the reasons why people can memorize their talk, but when they get on stage, they can't talk. That's because of their cortisol and the adrenaline. You can control your cortisol, your stress hormone, also the adrenaline, that's also stressful, with your body. Just by doing this, you're showing your brain that there's nothing to fear. You're not hunted by the lion anymore. We're talking about our Stone Age reptile brain now. So everybody does like this. This is called the power pose by Amy Cuddy, not if you say yes. How many have seen the TED Talk, Amy Cuddy's TED Talk, the power pose? Not? Nobody. TED Talk. How many? And it's fine. How many knows TED? T-E-D.
Yes.
TED, you know TED is wonderful. You can see the finest experts about anything on TED. TED.com. 17 minutes talk. You have to stand like this for 2 minutes. Then your cortisol is very low. Okay? You just stand like this, and I'll just keep on going here. Because you have all the way up. Come on, all the way up. And your cortisol and adrenaline is gone. You can test this. It's on YouTube. Stanford University has some wonderful YouTubes. The saliva you spit before. Stand like this for 2 minutes, and you spit after. And you can narrow the spit test. Science is very, very exact, so you can see on the cortisol that it will lower. When you have to do your talk, remember this. Also, if you scream, thinking about victory. And I want you to scream because I want you out of your comfort zone. I want you to feel weird now, on purpose. Because you're always going to be out of your comfort zone when you do a public talk, speak. And the more you have out of your comfort zone, the more you have tried it, the easier it becomes. Desensitization is called within psychology. Are you ready to scream and think about victory and you're an awesome talker, speaker? Are you ready to scream? Yes! Are you ready to scream real loud, think about victory and how good you are? Yes! So scream very loud on 3. 1, 2, 3. And then stand, because I can see in your eyes that it's, some of you has been a long day. It's okay. You don't need your hand. Can you feel it in your shoulders? That's good. Okay. The roof. What's that song? You remember that song? The roof is on fire. No, the house is on fire. We need the house is on fire. Okay, the roof is one of the finest connections. Also, there are 4 ways to connect, and that's questions. The 4th one is questions. There's different kind of questions. How many different kind of questions have I already asked you? How many different kind of questions? I started asking you this question where you're supposed to raise your hand. Yeah?
The first question was about what did I begin with?
Yes. Yes, that is a sentence question. I expect you to tell me a sentence. Okay? And this is what we call a flock question. You just raise your hand. And then there's questions. How many know Tony Robbins' TED Talk? Seen by 38 million. He's asking 23 questions and only answering 3 of them. You can ask questions without answering them. Because every time you ask a question, it's all about attention. You will kick, like in the listener's brain. How many have done this kind of question? But just then, another question is just asking a question and going on. Then there's the 3rd question. That's the cliffhanger. What is the cliffhanger? No, a cliffhanger question, what is that? Yes, and how do you define a cliffhanger question? Well, how do we do a cliffhanger question? How do you put a cliffhanger question?
Information that people want to know.
Yes, you start asking the question and then you wait with the answer. Okay, I went to I love Africa and history. So I went to this lecture about Africa. And this man, this Africa expert, he started asking, there's only one reason, only one invention, only one materialistic thing that we conquered Africa. and the Afrikaners didn't conquer Europe. There's only one invention that did so that we could conquer them. If they had invented that before us, they would have conquered us. I would have ended with that. And then I go to Tanzania, where we found the first human skeleton of the in the ground of the there. What do you think about now? What do you think? Not that we're tired. Yes. You will wait for that question because that annoyed me when I didn't know the answer. And now I'm not telling you the answer until that is the speaking house. We need one more thing, and that is one of the most important things ever in presenting, in talking, in speaking, and that is storytelling. Storytelling. And I have 2 minutes to tell you about a huge research project. Kendall Haley, scientist, neuroscientist, 2012, together with 38 neuroscientists and thousands of participants in this research project about the brain and storytelling. The brain is hardwired for storytelling. We have been sitting there 150,000 years around that bonfire before we could read, before we could write. We have been sitting and giving information out and receiving information in storytelling. That is the strongest tool, weapon you can use whenever you do a talk. And you use storytelling all the time when you have a conversation, every day. You've used it today. You just don't know it because in the brain, this is a part of behind here in the brain that's called the neural story net. And that's a filter. A make sense mandate filter. And that without knowing it, you want to make sense in a storytelling frame of the information. Right now you are listening to me and without knowing it, you are trying to make sense of my story and putting it into a story in a storytelling frame. That means with a main person, with an antagonist, with a threat that you have to conquer, with some danger, some development. That is storytelling. Main person, antagonist, something to conquer, and a goal. That's the 4 concepts of every. And if you can put your information into that, whatever you say, whatever you do, find it. Who is the main person? Who is the enemy of the main person? Antagonist, that's the enemy. What is the goal? And if you, as soon as possible, can explain to the audience what's in it for me. Because your brain, without knowing it, wants that right away. Why should I listen to this? What is in it for me? And this symbolizes the most important thing. It should be a book, but I can't draw. But that's a book, storytelling. That is the speaking house. You will use that in a little while, in a exercise. Okay? What was the roof?
Questions? 4?
Questions? She's looking down. She's looking down. What was the door, Leo?
At the door, the hook.
The hook, the start. Yes. What was the eyes?
The window.
The window. Okay, we got it.
We did try it first.
Yes. Thank you. I will introduce now Asger with his own system called the Fear-Free Speaking System. Yes.
Hi. If you've ever been nervous before a presentation and you would like to be way more confident, please raise your hand. Have a look around. If you have your hand up, you probably belong to the group called 99%. It's very, very common to be nervous and you want to have that confidence when you're up here. So what I want to teach you is probably the most important thing when you start out as a speaker. Because being confident is extremely important. Because it works like a spice. It amplifies everything. Your smile becomes bigger. The advice you have has more power. Your lines has more punches to it. So being confident is really, really key. But how do you then do it? How do you do it? So that's what I'm going to teach you. And for that reason, I have built a system called Fear-Free Speaker System. And the only thing I've done is to put it into a system. From watching a lot of YouTube videos, online courses, reading books, going to seminars. So these methods are proven and tested again and again. So the 4 letters, fear, stand for something, and there are 4 very easily applicable tools. So you go home and you know, okay, I can do this. I can do that. Boom, I can do this. I can do this. So it's not just come up here and try to feel good. Most people leave feeling good up to chance. Oh, okay, how was your day? Oh, I had a good day. So maybe you feel good up here. If you had a bad day, well, too bad. I want to make sure you always shine when you're on stage. And this will help you in a lot of situations. For your job interview, you can use it. For sales presentations. If you're dating someone, you can also use it. But now we're doing public speaking. So how do you do it? Let's write it down. Okay. Another cliffhanger, right? What you will notice is that I'm probably using a lot of advanced tools. So try to see if you can recognize them. So feeling, F stands for feeling. Feeling fabulous, feeling fantastic. Making sure you get a great feeling when you come up here. How can you do that? What happens to your breath when you become nervous? What happens? Do you have an idea? Yeah. How do you breathe? From the stomach or the chest? Stomach. No. Right up here, right? It's chest. What's the pace? Fast. So you breathe fast up here. How is your pace if you are breathing when you're relaxed? How do you breathe in? Calm, slow, right? Where do you breathe? Here or here? It's in the stomach. So we have a mind-body connection. Actually, we have a nerve called the vagus nerve. It starts right up here in the brainstem, and it goes directly down to the heart. So you can see that it's a nerve going from the heart to the brain, and they communicate both ways. So you can use your body when your mind is saying, hey, I'm nervous. I don't want to be nervous. I want to feel great. And you can change what you do with your body. So let's do this exercise that I'll just explain, and we'll do it all together. So the exercise is an exercise I learned from Steve Sibbelin. He's a world champion in free diving, Danish guy. He has his own institute at the University of Copenhagen called Breathology. So it's all about breathing. So he is the expert, and I took it from him. So what you do is called albatross, and you take your arms up. We'll do it together, and I'll just demonstrate. Take them out. And you breathe in, hold a little bit, and you go slowly out. So you breathe in from your nose, and then you hold a little bit, and you breathe out. And it should be about the ratio 1 to 2. So you breathe in twice as fast as you breathe out. It's on the breath out. You start relaxing. And then you make sure it's in the stomach. If you have a little bit of a hard time doing that, just imagine it's a balloon. When you breathe in, it expands. When you breathe out, it goes in. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Good. So everybody stand up. And let's start feeling fantastic. Okay, just follow me. 1, 2, breathe in. Hold. And slow. And in. Hold. And slow. Make sure you breathe in from the stomach, from the nose. And come on. Let's do 2 more. Give yourself a big hand. This effect is so powerful, it can last up to 2 hours. So if you do it, let's say 15 minutes before you step